Hello and welcome to Inferno Insider, the hottest podcast at Arizona State University. We're here for the fans, forged in the flames, and brought to you by the Sun Devil student section. Stay tuned as we take you inside the Inferno.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Inferno Insider Podcast. I'm RJ.
I'm Tyler.
It's a little different today. I think that we're here today as new men, as a new podcast. Tell me, what's different about today?
Well, it's 2020. We've kind of been off air for quite a while. We had like one podcast in the fall, and we kind of sat down and had a conversation about what we wanted this to look like in the future and what benefit this would have to kind of the ASU population as a whole. And we have come up with kind of a new format for the way we're going to be running things, and I think we're really, really excited to see how it turns out.
2020, new year, new podcast.
New year, new podcast.
Let's go with it.
Yeah.
So I think it's fitting that as a new podcast, we introduce ourselves from scratch.
Right.
So Tyler, tell me, who are you?
Yeah, so it's weird because like I feel like we've been doing this for a while and I haven't really truly told my own story of like who I am and how I got to this point. And I think the point of what we're trying to do here with this semester in the podcast is to tell people's stories and to hear different stories from different people whose commonality is that they go to this university and the different things that has happened to them. So it's only fitting, I think, that we start with our own. So obviously, I'm Tyler. I am a senior now. This is my final semester here at ASU, sadly, as an undergrad. I started with my kind of involvement journey and getting involved in ASU my sophomore year, which is a cool opportunity for me because I got to see the differences between not being involved at all my freshman year and kind of just going to classes and going home, and then being super, super involved sophomore year and just getting more and more involved to the point where involvement is like everything for me now. So I have a good balance of what the difference is and what it looks like to be involved and what it looks like to just kind of go to class. So that's been me. I got my start with PAB, which is the programming board here, and they plan a bunch of the events on campus, and they do those things. And I started as an accountant because that's my major. Believe it or not, I was doing accounting and sports business, so I saw the job opening for this position. I had no idea what PAB was, and I was like, sure, I could use a little bit of money and something else to do. So that's where I started, and I kind of moved up to chief of staff after my first year because I knew I wanted to do more in involvement, and that opportunity has led me to just about everything. I've helped to work with athletics at ASU. I've helped to work with different initiatives with obviously Inferno and with Change the World ASU, which is a new thing they started last year and things like that. So it's been a really cool opportunity to not just go to ASU, but to be a part of ASU and kind of the ASU experience and stuff. So that is where I am. I got one more semester left here, trying to make the most of it, and that's kind of where this idea was born of getting to just have some new people on the show, some fresh voices, because I'm sure people will be tired of hearing mine and yours, and just hearing what people have to say about ASU, about their own journeys, and hopefully we can inspire a couple people along the way.
For sure.
What's your story? Now it's your turn. I spoke for a while. I want to hear, RJ, what is your ASU
I'm going to be really honest and
story?
keep it really clean right there. I totally blanked what was happening for a second. I'm just going to be super honest right there.
It happens. We're rusty. We got to get back into it.
It's been, 3 months? 4
Yeah,
months? 5 months? Keeps going up. But yeah, my name's RJ Javangula. Most people call me that. My real name's Rahul Javangula. I'm a sophomore. It's my second semester, sophomore year. On paper, I'm a computer science major.
Yeah, it's all paper, man.
We're going to leave it at that. I guess my first part of getting into the ASU journey was Inferno. I mean, Max Fees, the creator of the Inferno Insider Podcast, reached out to me over the summer and was like, hey, we're starting this thing. Do you want to be a part of it? And from there, I was really caught up in this idea of storytelling, right? It was all about, let's get a group of students in a room and let's just talk. And I thought that was an amazing idea, so we came together my freshman year, first semester, and that's what connected me with PAB. I mean, we share an office space. I was around everyone. I met Tyler, I met Gloria, the president. Obviously, Max was Delapalooza director during the time, guest on the podcast, host of the podcast, the speaker of the intro that you probably heard when you're on this video. Right? I mean, it's just meta.
Yeah.
But I knew a lot of people in PAB, so naturally I thought, why not apply? So I applied to be a live entertainment event coordinator. Got to help out with Battle of the Bands, Devilpalooza, Change the World with performances. And I think that's what really made me want to get more involved with ASU. I guess I would say I was always kind of an involved student, but never to the point of like right now.
Right.
Because now I'm in USG as Director of Spirit, Pride, and Tradition. I obviously Inferno Insiders, Change the World, and a few other things here and there. But I mean, I think that when you look at Sun Devils and when you look at people that are involved, I think that there's something similar, right? It's you know someone, you came in, and then you just kind of get immersed. You get addicted to a certain extent of just putting on events, of talking to people, of being around, and skipping class. Let's be honest.
We do not condone that.
My mom's not watching this. Hey man, we're keeping it clean. So that's kind of what my story, what brought me to this point, what made me really want to be here. I mean, it's what got me to meet everyone that I've met so far at ASU. Mm-hmm. So can't complain. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, that's the beauty of involvement is honestly, like you get involved in whatever capacity it is, and you're just opened to a world of opportunity in anything and everything you want to do. We both came in, we both are majors that probably have nothing to do with most of the stuff we're doing here. I love accounting in many ways, but I don't think accounting is helping me to, help run this podcast or to help plan an event and stuff like that. Like it just is, it's different.
For sure.
It's a different experience, and you meet so many amazing people, and it really does help you build some skills that like you can't learn in the classroom. So that's our stories, and the beauty is there's hundreds of thousands of stories just like ours of people who have had different experiences, different stories, and have learned something that I think we can all learn from. And I think the point of this next semester and what we're trying to do here with this podcast is to have the opportunity to talk to those people who have different mindsets. Someone from athletics who has been courtside and field side for every sports game can give us a different insight than someone who has planned the biggest concert on campus, who can also give us a different insight than the student body president here. So I think we have this unique opportunity and this unique platform to give people a inside look into what it looks like to be involved on campus, and for people who may be early in their time in college, just tips on how to make the most of your experience here, because it is on you. Once you get here, it is on you. You get to decide how involved you want to be and how much you want to do, and you truly do get out of it what you put in. So
and the thing is, like, most people when they come in, they don't really know. Right?
Yeah.
Like when you're going to Passport, when you're going to the involvement fairs, sure, you're seeing graphics, you're seeing pamphlets, you're seeing flyers, but you're not really getting to meet the people, right? Like on a deeper level. You don't really get to hear their story. You're not really getting to hear what brought them to it in the first place. Maybe I hear your story. I'm like, oh, he's an accountant. He has a major that doesn't really correlate with programming events. But I get to talk to him now, and now I know that he has the same passion for event planning. I think we have that unique opportunity with this platform to be like, hey, we're all very similar, more similar than I think people assume. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is a really cool opportunity to get people to come into student engagement overall.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think so too. I think there's a lot of stories to be told. We won't be able to tell every single one of them, but we're trying to be broad enough and to do enough diversity in our storytelling that everybody can get something out of at least one of the stories that we're telling this semester. So that is ultimately the goal, and I'm excited to see how it turns out.
What can our listeners expect over the next couple weeks?
So we got a lot coming your way. Each week we're gonna have a new episode. This is gonna be the only time that it is just gonna be RJ and I. For better or worse.
For better.
Yeah, for better. This will be the only time it'll be the two of us. Each week we're going to have a guest from a different background. So next week, looking forward to next week, we're going to have Joey, who has worked in student athletics.
Joey Palomares, if you're watching this, we're waiting for you.
Get ready, buddy. Get ready. We're going to grill you. Just kidding. We'll have some great questions for him. We'll have a great conversation about his experience. He's been working with student athletics for what seems like forever now. He'll tell you it's been forever too. So he's going to have some great stuff to tell us about his experiences. The week after that, we're going to have Trey, who is one of the vice presidents of USG. So he's going to talk about his experiences, which are going to be completely different. But he's going to have just as good insight on something even different, and that's going to be great. And from there on out, we're going to have we're going to have the Devilpalooza director come in a few weeks to talk to us about her experiences. We have the student body president coming as well, and lots more. So there are tons of stories.
I think there's one that's going to be really exciting when people see it. We're not going to say the name yet.
Not yet, but we got one very special guest in early February that we have circled on the calendar that we're very, very excited for, especially with some of the stuff that's been happening recently. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a big one.
I mean, I think that's a good episode right there, talking about the Inferno Insiders Reimagined.
The 2020 vision.
If you're hearing this and that's the title, I'm sorry for being cliche, but that's a nice one too.
We had to. This is going to be a fun semester, and I'm excited. I hope everyone can get something out of it and can learn a thing or two and can take stuff away from it, because I know we are both going to take a lot away from it and getting to hear other people's stories. So it'll be fun to take people on that journey with us.
For the people that have been here from the very beginning, from when we filmed it on our iPhones to when we did some jank setups with some cheap mics, and now to this point, thank you. We appreciate you. I think you're going to enjoy the next part of this too. And to those that this is your first time listening to us, welcome. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a great adventure. And
couldn't say it better myself. It's going to be a fun time.
With that, this is the Inferno Insiders. I'm RJ.
I'm Tyler.
Stay tuned for more. Peace out.